I'm going to start this one by just giving you some background on me. My name is Jessica Fred. I have had a tremendous weight loss, which happened several years ago now. It's been 6 years on my weight loss journey. I started Weight Watchers in 2003, right around Easter time in April. I started at 270 pounds. I am 5'6", and so I was very large. I wouldn't even want to guess what my body fat percentage was. I was probably, I'm sure, in the 40% somewhere range, close to 50% if not. So, but anyway, I started Weight Watchers when my second child was about 6 months old, and when I was full term with him, the scale read around 300 pounds and sometimes a little over 300 pounds, which I found very difficult to believe, didn't want to believe it, but now looking back, I know that's what I was. So now I am about 150 pounds. I usually am right around 148 to 150. That was my goal weight. And I would like to lose a few more pounds still, but I'm healthy and my body fat percentage is fairly low now. I'm under 15% body fat, so I'm pretty happy. Anyways, so that tells you I'm about half the size of what I was when I was full term pregnant with my second son. So I am here to tell you that it is possible to lose a lot of weight without having a gastric bypass or bariatric surgery of any kind, lap band, whatever. You don't need to go on a liquid diet. You can eat real food and you can lose weight. And it does take time. So everybody out there who is overweight and keeps thinking, oh, there's no point in me even trying because the statistics show that people, even if they lose a little bit of weight, they just gain it all back again. Well, you know what? Maybe that's statistically true, but if you make up your mind that you really want to lose the weight and you learn how to do it in an appropriate manner and you lose only a couple of pounds a week and you keep progressing over the amount of time, you will get to where you want to be. So you need to equip yourself with some tools though. You need to learn some things. You need to learn how to eat appropriately. You need to learn portion sizes and control. You need to start to exercise. And most importantly, I think, is you need to learn to think in a whole new way. You need to actually build your self-confidence and your self-esteem, and you have to know that there's nothing that you can't do if you put your mind to it. You need to trust in your ability to lose the weight or to do whatever it is that you want to do. And that was the biggest thing for me. When I made up my mind that I was going to do it, failure was not an option. I never gave my way any way out. I just made up my mind that no, this time it's going to be done and there's no going back. I can do this. I can control what I put into my body. I can control what I eat. I can control the activity that I do. This is one thing in my life that I can control, and a whole bunch of things that were out of my control. And it was not the easiest time in my life, which is one of the reasons that I actually started this journey, was because I needed something to pull me out of a depression, I guess. I was very, very depressed after my second son was born. Life was not good. I was happy to have my kids, but I was in an unhappy relationship. I was dirt poor. I really didn't have a lot going for me. So it was not the easiest thing for me to just say, okay, I'm gonna go do this. But I knew I needed a change, and I was tired of just feeling tired and depressed all of the time. And so I made up my mind that this is something I need to do, I'm going to do, I'm worth it. And that's the first thing that you need to do for yourself, is to wake up, realize that what you're doing to yourself, if you are constantly overeating and you're not exercising and you're not doing good things for your body, you got nobody to blame but yourself. So you are the way you are because you made yourself that way. So stop. That's the number one thing you have to realize. And you need to stop making excuses for yourself. Everybody has them. I had them. I had multiple excuses. And the negativity in the media about people and weight loss, and it's just become acceptable to be heavy. it's becoming more and more common. More people are obese, so you know, you fit in if you're heavy. It's getting to be where the skinny people are the minority and they get looked at like, what's wrong with you? Maybe you ought to eat. Been there, done that one too. I've been from every extreme. I've been the really, really, really fat girl, and now I get the looks and the comments like, are you anorexic? Don't you eat? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but yes, I eat. I eat plenty, and I just control the kinds of food that I eat. I eat a low-fat diet, I eat high fiber, and I have increased my protein. That's one thing with Weight Watchers, they don't really put an emphasis on protein, or they didn't when I was in the program. They tell you about it and tell you to eat more of it if you're not feeling satisfied. But protein is very important. And so, I'm digressing already on this video. But my whole thing is that I want to introduce myself and give you the background on my story. So, anyway, started at 270 pounds in April of 2003. I made my goal weight and lifetime membership in November of 2005 at 146 pounds, which was 2 pounds underneath my actual goal. And I have been right around there. I haven't ever gained more than, I'd say, 10 pounds in the last 5 years, 6 years. Yeah. So, 4.5 years since I actually made the goal. That's okay. Anyway. So, right now I'm right around 150 pounds and about, you know, somewhere between 13 and 15% body fat, I would guess. So, there are a lot of things that you need to learn. I'm going to try to teach you a few of them. But like I said, the number one thing is that you need to make up your mind, and you need to value yourself. You need to have self-confidence, you need to have the self-esteem, and I know it's difficult, and you're going to have to change the way that you think about yourself. And instead of thinking that you are depriving yourself when you, you know, forego having the bowl of ice cream, or you don't have the cookies or the candy bar or whatever the heck it is that is calling your name. When you say no to that stuff, you are not depriving yourself of anything. You need to start thinking of it as, if you eat that, you are depriving yourself of good health. You are depriving yourself of having a body that you will be proud of. You are depriving yourself of feeling good about yourself. So when you can start to think that way, and when you can start to think about exercise as something that's enjoyable, something that you can do, because consider the other option. Consider the fact that, you know, maybe you're getting to the point where you're so heavy that you can't hardly move around. That it's difficult to walk upstairs, or that it's difficult to even get off the couch or out of bed. And the more weight that you put on, the more difficult things get. So you need to start realizing that being able to move is, it's something that you should not take for granted. It's something that, you know, what if you were to end up in a wheelchair? That's what I think of when I'm out there running and I'm going, you know, this feels really good, because what if someday something happened to me where I just couldn't do this anymore? I might as well take advantage of this ability while I have it. And you have to start thinking like that. You have to start changing those thoughts, those negative thoughts, into positive thoughts. So, I think I'm going to stop with that for right now, because that's the main thing that I wanted to get across in this video, is the fact that you are going to have to change the way that you think about things. You're going to have to change your mind first. If you want to change your body, you need to change the way that you think. You're going to have to start to do things that you have never done before. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and you better think.